We are working to get a report right now from the Cleveland Fire Department, and we're going to have some information for you from residents at 11. You can also follow both our breaking news stories. If you want more updates, just go to our News 5 app. It is one of the city's most pervasive challenges, and its impact is lifelong, but the toxic legacy of lead may soon come to an end. Today, another Cleveland City Council committee voted to move forward with legislation that fights back against lead.
Yep, but it will require every rental property in the city be certified as lead safe by 2023. News 5's Jordan Vandenberg is live tonight to break down these landmark reforms.
Well, a Case Western Reserve University study that was released earlier this year found a quarter of all CMSD kindergartners had elevated levels of lead in their blood. And proponents of this legislation hope with this legislation that number will be cut dramatically. The conversation has been had before.
This is an old conversation. This conversation is 50 years old.
And the work has been done.
That's what this work is about.
But after months of collaboration and conversation, the lead-safe legislation is just a couple of votes away from passage.
Madam Chair, at some point in time, people were saying that this was impossible. And what we did today, if we pass this out to committee, we'll be one step closer to just doing the right thing. And not just doing the impossible, but doing what is right.
Beginning in March 2021, the legislation as written would require all rental units in the city, estimated to be upwards of 80,000, to be certified as lead safe. By 2023, every rental unit in the city will need that certification.
There was a lot of thought process that went into this.
The council's Development, Planning, and Sustainability Committee approved 3 amendments to the much-discussed lead-safe legislation. One of the amendments would allow landlords to avoid the certification if they have an unoccupied unit that they are not receiving rent for. Additionally, landlords would also be represented on the Lead Safe Advisory Board.
Those 3 amendments were after robust community engagement and listening to a lot of different people in the community from a wide range of perspectives.
Legislation is one thing. Implementation is quite another. City officials insist the program will work.
We are confident that we can make this happen.
And so too did Councilman Blaine Griffin, because he says the policy was crafted with them in mind.
We can make sure as we're crafting legislation, we actually have them at the table to say, okay, how are you going to operationalize this? So we actually had them at the table every step of the way.
Under the ordinance, landlords will have to foot the bill for the lead inspections and repairs. But money raised by private and philanthropic partners may help offset those costs. The conversations have been had before, but the work is just beginning.
We have to ensure that we get ahead of this and that children are not being poisoned by lead in the community, specifically in homes within our neighborhoods. We've got to do it.
The legislation now moves to the Finance Committee, and assuming that it passes out of that committee, it will go to the full council for a vote. Reporting live downtown, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.